on any tic-tac score.
It's like one of those maps where you like feel you should do always better than what you're doing. I felt that way at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, each time I play it, there's like I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have scored 200 there. I should have scored a better score. I don't know. It's just frustrating. It's a very frustrating map.
Like the rhythm to it, like the note timings are so like simple. It's all just 1/4 stream, like really basic kind of timings, and it doesn't really look that hard either. But for whatever reason, it's just so easy to get 200s on like everything. Oh, okay. Macau picking Jig first. That's a pretty interesting first pick, actually. I wouldn't really expect any teams to first pick Jig.
I will argue otherwise. Like, I think Spain is one of those teams you will, if you're good at Jig, you should pick it. Because it's a map that Spain could be decent at, but I don't think they're picking it ever. Because Darius is a very Rise-oriented player, right? He's luminal, he's very fast, he's really good. And David is also not so far behind, but when you come with something that is more techy, like Jig, or maybe that missing week if you're more into Rise, Spain is likely to struggle, mostly due to the third player not being as capable to handle tech. They have backups for long nose, they have backups for Rise if they need it, but when you mix both things a little bit, I think that's where Spain struggles the most. And Jig is like the perfect combination.
I think it's more just normally teams have... Normally you don't really say team's biggest weakness or strength is tech. You kind of usually see tech ignored or like picked last in a close match. Anyway, we see a couple 200s in the first couple notes from Macau. Not the best start, but it's alright. Pretty easy to recover from that.
Seems like Mythic is hitting very early. That seems to be his issue. Yeah.
Yeah, he was hitting really early on the warm-ups as well.
You can see here the comparison, David actually dropping the combo and his accuracy is worse than Mythic, so Macau is actually taking advantage.
Yeah, David missing again. Macau's actually taking a really decent lead here now. With Idcuse and Capchon are actually doing quite well. Just as I say that Capchon does find a couple 200s, but still holding the FC is still quite good with pretty good accuracy for both.
Yeah, Ador is definitely being the stellar player here, but with 99.78, although Macau's Capchan and Idcos are holding pretty decent scores here, I think, for an unseeded team. That's a pretty respectable one.
Idcuse hits quite a big accuracy drop there, but David missing again is gonna just kind of offset all of Aita's advantage that he's getting. With that, they've just kind of increased their lead even a little bit.
Yeah, but that's actually a big win there for Macau. They planned their pick well. Jig actually worked out. And the scores? Wow, that's a B1 double S for Aitor. Oh
god.
I think it's the first one I have seen.
Yeah, it's ridiculously hard to B1 double S Jig. Out of like all the other LN maps, I would say are probably, although longer, they're a bit easier in terms of the timing.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that if I tried very hard, I could assess most of the long note maps, but G will probably be the one that I'm the least consistent.
Yeah, definitely the same with me. But the harder I try to get good accuracy on Jig, the worse I do. it's just so ridiculously hard with the technical timing. Anyway, Spain's first pick is going to be Scarlet Tempest. So the more speed-oriented map in the pool. It's pretty interesting, pretty good actually that we have like an actual speed map in group stage, because that normally doesn't really happen.
Well, I mean, you had Altail last year, which was sort of a speed pick. The patterns were a bit easier than Scarlet Tempest, although the map was a bit faster.
Yeah.
This year is more like actual speed, like you have to be good at controlling the speed rather than being fast.
This year has definitely got like a much less like lower emphasis, or like much greater emphasis on just like speed and rice skill, like in general in the group stage, rather than last year was more. Previous years have just kind of been more like just accuracy, and all the rice maps were quite simple to full combo, but like the challenge was trying to get the highest accuracy as possible. With a lot of these rice maps, we're seeing a lot of breaks, understandably as well, because they are legitimately hard and quite easy to break on.
Oh, actually, I didn't notice. This is the first time, or at least I have seen, Tsukio Heaven not being banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tsukio Heaven is not banned on this match.
Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see if it gets picked.
Right, so we have results here as well. On the other matches, meanwhile, we have Italy beating Taiwan 1-0 so far. They won that missing week. And actually, Thailand versus Malaysia, 1-0 in favor of Malaysia on I Do What I Want. By 4,000 points, they just took it.
Yeah, 4,000 points is really close on I Do What I Want. That'd be just like a couple 200s.
Well, we had a boss Matt Wolf with 69 300s and B1 double S. That's a score and a half. It was just a miss from Sharp Kumji, which had 965,000. That
that's really unfortunate. Anyway,
here we go.
Getting into this, we have Mystic back in. I'm worried actually about Mystic's accuracy, because hitting too early or too late on these streams can be really bad.
We'll see if you can actually control that hit concentration and try to manipulate a little bit to get the patterns down, at least to come through them. No breaks on the lung notes though, so here we go, it's time for speed.
Getting into it.
Well, Minik is sort of holding on, his accuracy is not that great, but his accuracy is way more centered now. But the problem here now is being Mid Cruz, the captain, who is dropping quite a lot of accuracy, hitting, rushing pretty much every single pattern.
All three members of Spain are holding really strong. Above 99.2, all three of them. While Macau now have two players down to the low 98s. Capchon's still doing well for Macau, but the two other players are just not having the best time keeping up their accuracy.
Oh, there's a miss there.
Ooh.
I mean, the score gap is still huge.
Yeah, the accuracy advantage is definitely really big for Spain right now, but there's a small opportunity now.
Definitely gonna be some catch up here for Macau.
Macau really needs to get their accuracy up. And maybe with another miss from Spain.
Maybe they have to come through it and try to power up their accuracy as much as they possibly can. The string, remember, is longer than the rest, so a miss is way more likely. But although they'll need a couple, I think 40,000 points is still the advantage that Spain is holding. And the stream is almost over.
It doesn't look like the score gap is decreasing at all anymore. The accuracy from Darius and Aisha are just so strong right now. Just completely overpowering.
Quite a choke there by Green, so.
At the very end of the map, the miss won't matter too much with the score difference. That's 50,000 points about in favor of Spain. So yeah, both teams winning their first picks.
Gambi will double S by Aitor. Wow.
Really
like
nice
a proper
ratio.
legend. Yeah, that's a pretty good ratio too. You're right.
Yeah, that's 1 to 11, 1 to 12.
And meanwhile, Malaysia takes their second point, and once again, 6.7 thousand points. That group with the United States is very, very stacked.
Oh wow.
Man, these guys
really
are picking so fast.
Yeah, wow. They just know. They know that they got the game plan. That's good. I like it. Okay, so going back to LN, which is, yeah, I think that is a really good idea given up their jig scores. So Spain perhaps lacking on a third solid LN player.
I think it's fair to say that Thailand on the group, they got quite unlucky because they got Malaysia, which are a pretty solid team on long nodes, and Thailand's scores on the long node maps are very impressive. It's just not enough to take down a good long node based high seeded team. And that might cost them the qualification.
Yeah, it really sucks getting an unfortunate group. But the scores are still close. Thailand definitely have what it takes to catch up on some of these points.
I'm actually a bit surprised of how popular Saigo has been throughout this first couple of matches. Arguably because Australia was playing, but
yes.
I mean, I thought it was going to be one of those maps that are not worth enough banning, but just ignore it. Like, it could be used on closer matches.
No, I think, like, it isn't quite worth banning, I think, as well, because I think the LN bans would go more towards Tic Tac than Saigo. Tic Tac's just much unfriendly of an LN map. But then Saigo is probably like the next biggest pick for the LN teams to really jump on. So it's not going to be banned because of Tic Tac, but also like LN teams would really like go for that first, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah, considering there is a reason, it's kind of a consistency-based chart, and it's somewhat risky against teams that are at least capable of playing a lens, like not exceeding at it.
Yeah, like there is a reason. Yeah, it's just risky because you don't necessarily need to be the best LN team to do well on it. Like, if you're good at accuracy, just like Rice accuracy, it transfers over pretty well to there is a reason in general. Also, the fact that it's like so long and one miss could completely ruin your team's score. That's never fun. 5-minute long LN map. What are you doing?
Oh man, those are my favorite type of lens, actually. Which is weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just enjoy playing really long maps. I don't know why. Unless they are like super stamina, which I'm very bad at. If you put me like a 7-minute map like Dot, I can just play it fine.
I think long maps where I'm just trying to FC it are fun. If I'm trying to like SS, it's not fun.
Oh yeah, that's never
fun.
fun.
We've got 2 misses right off the bat from Mystic and its Darius, kind of bouncing each other out there. But David and Mystic both having some accuracy issues as well, which also kind of evens out. So the scores are basically exactly tied.
Yeah, there's like less than 500 points of difference here. It's just very, very close now. I like how these two teams are like so similar, because you have the power carries, which are Darius and Aitor on the Spain, and you have Ipkos and Capchon doing very, very well on most of the maps here. But here we have the full combos being dropped. The one who drops earlier is the one that dropped the advantage, and David having very big issues on that transition with the Jax, and it will give the lead in favor of Macau. It's gonna grow up.
Yeah, David missing again is gonna Mystic as well, bringing up his accuracy quite well in comparison to David. But we also have a miss from Ipkus from Macau, so that means no more full combos on the Macau side.
The problem here is that yeah, the problem here is that Darius though is the one that keeps dropping the combo. Like sure, David is struggling a little bit. His accuracy is definitely the lowest of the room. But it's supposed, you can expect Darius and Aitor to be the carries here, and if Darius is not capable of doing it, you have 2 players that Aitor has to carry on his back, and with Ipkos and Capchon missing eventually, but holding the accuracies quite solidly, it's gonna be very hard for Sweden, for Spain to catch up on this.
Sweden.
Yeah, how did Sweden even entered my mind?
God, you messed up my thinking. I'm just laughing internally now.
There's no way that Sweden appears on any of reasonable reasoning, right? Like, there's no way.
They both start with S. Understandable.
And they both end with N, right? So, I don't know. Here we are about to conclude with the map. We have seen breaks from Capchon, but it's not going to be enough for... Oh, it was about to say Sweden again! What the... I'm done.
It's in your head now. It's in your head. It'll last forever.
Oh my god. So Spain now, it's trying to catch up with the miss here by Ipkos, and they are actually getting a bit closer, but the map is about to be finishing. So I don't think they have enough time to catch up.
I don't think there's enough time. Oh, trade misses there. I don't think there's about a 20,000 point lead, which doesn't sound like much, but with such a long map, it is pretty significant. David missing again at the very end there, yeah. That's gonna pretty much, I want to say, seal the point towards Macau. Yep.
Oh man, now that I have the streaming power, I could actually change the intro screen to Sweden and it would be like that's something Happy will have done, like 100%.
Macau versus Sweden.
Yep. There we have it. Aitor again with a stellar performance. Not a B1 double S, 1-200, but it's not enough to carry Spain as Macau takes the second pick. It's the second point in their favor. They're picking well. Both teams are picking well.
1-200 is just ridiculous.
Well, the impressive thing there is the ratio, really. 188, almost like it's better than 10-1 ratio, and that is the solid thing from Aitor. His ratio is just so consistent, and in all honesty, I think we might see more plays from Saigo with very low 200 counts, but that ratio, I'm not sure if we're gonna see that often. We're gonna see Genesis at Oasis here as the pick from Spain. This is basically turned into a Rice versus Long Notes battle. Rice versus Noodles. I really like this song too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think this is the best song of the pool. I love it.
So can we say for sure that the next pick here from Macau is likely going to be There Is a Reason, and after that we're going to see probably Ascor, and then the match will be decided by Takaja Luby. And
yes. Oh yes. Takaja Luby. That's what I want to see.
Very close match here.
That said, Macau did ban I Do What I Want. I guess maybe just because accuracy.
Thailand got a point, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia is now 2-1 beating Thailand, which just got their point on Takajaluvi.
We got a match. We got a few matches actually.
Yep. Italy winning as well on Ascor, now leading 3-0 against Taiwan, but this time by only 11,000 points, so really close match there on the right picks.
Okay, so with this map, definitely favoring Spain in the, given that it's more accuracy and rice oriented. Spain have definitely shown that they are better overall in terms of accuracy.
Right, so that being said, we have Malaysia winning once again, now the fourth map being played, third one in favor of Malaysia, taking Ascor by 20,000 points, and again, Thailand is just doing mad things. Boss Matt Wolf is playing out of his mind. You have to check the MP link there, his scores are being ridiculous.
Damn, V1SS on Asgore, really good score there.
Here we have the Genesis at Oasis being played here on the match between Spain and Macau. And Macau is leading on the early game here. Green Souls having a bit of an issue accuracying this map.
That's a really good start from Macau, actually. They've been tanking the start of their maps in accuracy for pretty much every map. Oh, and we see Green Soul with an early miss.
Pretty impressive there that Macau managed to hold on through the broken jump stream there. The broken rhythms.
Was looking a little bit shaky for Mystic, but he did hold combo. And still with a 99 is pretty decent.
Question is, can they hold on through this? Aitor's accuracy is now edging out and taking the lead in favor of Spain despite the miss. Darius is also holding quite solid. He's actually beating Capchon, which is the best score on Macau, and Aitor is even doing better than that. So this fight is now between Idkos and Green Soul. The miss from Idkos though, I have not spotted that one. But there's a miss now from Midik as well, and that's going to give a huge lead now in favor of Spain, right before the transition with the long notes. Can they hold on though? That's the question here. It mostly comes to Green Soul's performance here. If he can hold his accuracy to the level there is right now, and he can hold his combo somewhat well, then Spain has this, but can they hold though?
Yeah, Mystic was having a lot of trouble on those trills in that like LN section before. Getting like 100s on pretty much every single trill.
I find it super weird though, because hit concentration from Mystic is actually pretty, like, it's not that inconsistent, but it's just so early. He hits early pretty much all the time. I don't know if it is an offset issue or maybe he's just not having the right hit position.
Yeah, hit position and offset are generally the two things that's kind of an indication of. Yeah, Spain growing their lead with the couple of early misses here as we're getting into the final jump stream, jump trill part of the map. And double miss from Macau, from EQs and Capture. Is going to extend Spain's lead quite significantly.
Pretty solid picture from Spain. Expected in all honesty, but they are doing their job. They are playing very, very well. Aitor's score is gonna be pretty good. I think he got 201 point. I might be wrong. If not, his ratio is still pretty impressive nonetheless. And despite Caption's performance here from Macau, they're not gonna be able to get into the Rise picks. They're gonna lose this one by around 60,000 points. And now the match is tied once again, 2-2. B1SS again for Aitor, 221 normal 300s. Pretty good ratio there.
Yeah, that's really good.
As a curiosity thing, something to note on the match between Malaysia and Thailand. You know, we said that Asgore was the last map and Thailand had the best score on it. Boss Mad Wolf got 111 normal 300s. What's even more funny is the fact that we have not a single 200 in the entire map across every single play. Minisora, MA, X-Ray, Chiwi, Boss Mad Wolf, Sharp Kun, and Lost Cool, none of them got a single 200. They were not B1SSs, they were 250s by Sharp Kun, 100, 150, and 3 misses by Lost Cool, but Malaysia managed to triple B1SS it, so there's that. United States has to be careful with that team.
Yeah, that's triple B1SS is pretty hard to beat, especially with the ratios that they got as well.
Oh, we actually seen Sukyo Heaven being played as well. Oh, and it's picked here too!
Oh! Okay. So Macau doesn't pick the other one, there is a reason. Instead of Sukyo Heaven. Maybe there is a reason too accuracy oriented. They think it's a bit too risky, possibly.
Well, I think
that said,
it
Sukyo Heaven is one of the riskiest picks in the pool, I would say.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this map is basically targeting David, right? They want to knock the third player of Spain out of the game as much as they possibly can, but the question is, can they hold on through it?
Yeah, I think the problem is, I would expect misses pretty much across the board on this.
I will even expect Aitor to miss at one point.
Yeah, maybe not expect, like that's kind of like, you know, a bit mean to the players, but pretty much anyone can miss on Sukyo Heaven. That's what kind of makes it so risky, because the patterning is just not nice. It's just really kind of awkward in a lot of places, I would say.
I'm actually interested though on seeing Captions and Aitor's score on this. I don't know if Darius will hold all that well, right? Because this is a hybrid chart and it has like pretty tricky releases, and usually players are not very comfortable playing a lens. The thing that struggle the most is with releases, and this map features a lot of them. Darius has to play a bit better than what I expect, I think, to beat Macau here. If Inkus can somewhat hold the combo through this and perhaps get like, I don't know, 98.5, 98.7, that will probably be enough if Midik and David are just fighting themselves, fighting each other for who has the best score there.
I'm also kind of concerned about the slow gem for Macau as well. Mystic in particular, if he's hitting early on like just normal scroll speed, then the slow jam is not going to be very fun to watch.
That's a pretty fair argument. I'll let you that. I'll give you that. Oh, okay. Darius seems to be saying that they have a pretty good score on Tsukio Heaven, so maybe we see some big surprise here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I imagine
Perhaps
he
just
that he has a good score on it, and Aito probably does too. So we'll see.
yeah, I'll definitely imagine Aita having a good score on this. But yeah, it really does come down to Darius and David compared to the rest of the Macau squad.
Right, here we go. It seems like David is, as expected, as we predicted, fighting against Mythic. We already see the matchups here. David with the miss. But you can
that's an
very
early
well
miss.
see that Aitor is the man who's gonna fight Capchon, and Darius the one who's gonna fight Ikus. And again, another miss by David.
And just that combo advantage is going to give small early lead. We're not into the big oof sections yet.
Big oof sections, I
The
like
big
that.
oof. Yeah, that's what I like to call them because I say oof every time I play them.
Oh, everyone
Right
combo
there.
through the split guns.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
We're into the slow jam now. Everyone doing pretty well actually in the slow jam. But the accuracy
Yeah, oh my god, the
drops
scores are
earlier.
flashing back and forth.
Yeah, accuracy drops earlier from Mystic in the split trills.
Very hard pattern here, David. Finds a miss there.
And everyone combos the mini jack. I'm
Both teams
impressed.
are doing really better than I expected, and Macau is holding a very small difference in their
Three full
favor. If they drop a bit
combos.
more accuracy, the triple combo might just carry them.
Oh, there's a
Oh, the
few
miss by Mythic!
really-
Oh, but David trades it!
Oh, David!
David joking so hard at this point. It comes down to the wire, but Spain seems to take it, but no, it's just
there's a
flashing
really small-
back and forth. Will it
There's
be
such a
Macau or
small gap.
Spain?
Oh,
Last lane transition here, and it seems like it is Spain, but no, in the last second.
no!
Macau doesn't manage
Oh,
to take it as they
Spain.
get a 200 at the end. 3,000 points for Spain, they
2,000.
take it. What is
Less
the
than
ratio from
3,000
Aitor?
points.
Again, the ratio from Aitor, mind-blowing. 138, normal 300s, full combo. Macau was holding so well, man. I was
Oh my God.
legitimately surprised by how well they kept their combos up.
Yeah, those combos were really, really good from Macau. I'm really surprised. But
That's
damn,
the
it's
first
just
break
that,
point too.
just the accuracy from Aita just saved Spain right there. Oh, wow, that would be our first break point of the match.
Oh, and we get to see the only map that was not featured on stream already. That missing week is the pick here by Spain.
So this is the last rice map in the pool, I think. So,
Let's just check the screen and
Wait,
see.
Asgore?
They have Asgore.
Asgore.
Yeah, they still
Right,
have
they
Asgore.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So definitely looking like Spain is in like a really good position right now. They've
Yeah,
got
if
the
they
break
can win
point
this one,
and
they just have to win Asgore, and they got it.
yeah, they have a really good chance. Macau has to win either this or Asgore, and I don't think they have the best chance of winning on Asgore.
What? Chiwi, what is wrong with you, my friend? Chiwi just got 995,000 on Tsukio Heaven. Oh my god, 994.6 on Sukyuhara, 92 normal 300. Yes.
How do you
What?
hack that map?
Well, that's a
like
play and a half by Chiwi.
impossible accuracy. God.
He got 100 and he got 994.6. Like 102 200s, 92 300s. That's just insane.
I don't know how 92 300s is possible. God, what a nut.
What in the world is wrong with that guy? My lord.
That's just ridiculous.
That's pretty ridiculous, yes. And the match concludes there though, 5-1 in favor of Malaysia as they win Genesis at Oasis, their last pick, with again Minnesota being the best scorer followed by Chiwi, both B1 double S'ing, 124 300s for Minnesota, 150 for Chiwi. And again, very solid scores by Thailand, but just not good enough. There is a victory from Italy 5-0 against Thailand as we now transition into that missing week.
Yeah, you said we haven't seen this on stream yet. It is a really technical mini jack sort of map that is extremely hard to keep good accuracy and combo on. We do see
your name is Idol, right?
David 5. Well, yeah, there's always those kind of exceptions. But we do see
big chokes.
EQ's Capchon and David all getting misses. David and Capchon fighting a repeated one, but with only one from Spain, two from Macau, that's going to be quite a big advantage over to Spain. And Ida and Darius are just holding on like really strong accuracies with full combos as well. Although Mystic is holding the full combo as well, his accuracy is not quite up to the same level as the two from Spain.
Yeah, but you have to consider that David had so many misses, and that's the main reason why Macau is kind of still not that far off in terms of lead, but considering the map is almost over and everything remaining is pretty trivial,
yeah,
Spain is going to take this one comfortably.
It is a really short map in a way because the last half-ish of the map, or last third of the map, is quite basic.
One normal 200. Yeah, 200 by Itor98 again. He is just destroying the pool completely, as if it was easy. He makes it look so easy. But you can
this
see
pool
the others.
Is not easy.
It's not easy.
This pool is far from easy.
But here we go then. Potentially the last point of the match here. Macau has to pick and win in order to stay on it.
Okay,
they
so
still have.
Ita's,
there's a reason, right? And Takaja, Luvi.
I think there is a reason. Is probably what they're going to, unless they've practiced Tak. Like, there's always that possibility. But I don't know, I think it's more likely for them to pick there as a reason.